Dearest friends, as chairman of the Senate Democratic Hispanic Task Force, I want to talk about a serious issue that's threatening the well-being of every family in our community across this country. In Washington speak, it's called sequestration, which, to put it simply, means across-the-board draconian cuts. It was part of the budget compromise of 2011 that was supposed to have avoided a complete shutdown of government, but it was supposed to force agreement. It was never intended to actually happen. In my view, it was a bad idea then, and it's a bad idea now, which is why I voted against it. But now, the time has come. On March 1st, this bad idea will become a reality and affect millions of American families. While we need to be smart about the budget challenges we face, this is no way to reduce the deficit and cut spending. It's simply bad policy to ask struggling, working families to sacrifice health care, education, and their children's well-being to continue protecting tax loopholes that benefit only the wealthiest Americans, which is exactly what will happen. As chairman of the Senate Democratic Hispanic Task Force, I know that my colleagues agree. Sequestration will devastate middle-class families across the country and disproportionately impact Latino communities. When it comes to early education, 70,000 preschoolers will be cut from Head Start, and 1/3 of Head Start preschoolers are Hispanic. More than 1 million fewer low-income students will receive reading and math help under Title I, impacting the 37% of Latinos attending high-poverty schools. Latino healthcare will be negatively impacted given that community health centers will be subject to automatic cuts. And cuts to unemployment benefits will fall harder on Hispanics because the Latino unemployment rate is above the national average. The President and Senate Democrats have offered an alternative that combines targeted budget cuts with higher taxes on millionaires. But unfortunately, Republicans have not yet come to the table on a balanced solution. Please know that my colleagues and I are working to come to an agreement, to come to a compromise, to bring together responsible leaders who are willing to govern, not obstruct, willing to do what has to be done to mitigate the impact of these cuts. As members of the Senate Democratic Hispanic Task Force, we believe that good government is our first responsibility, that we cannot continue to govern by crisis management. We must be willing to fight for what we believe is right, but not jeopardize the well-being of the people we represent just to prove we're right. That's why the Hispanic Task Force is working hard to protect families and working hard on the issues that matter most to our communities, whether it's the economy, immigration reform, or putting Americans back to work. Good government means making the right choices and doing what's right for everyone. Sequestration was not the solution when I voted against it in 2011, and it's not the solution now. It's time for reasonable people to come to the table and do what's right for every American. Thank you for all that you do on behalf of this great nation, and God bless America.